It's a pleasure and honor to be with you today. Welcome to this short, little, sweet, nutritious yoga snack. I've been trying to make more yoga quickies because I know that life is busy and a little bit of practice is better than no practice at all. So with that in mind, unroll your mat, join me here. And if you're looking for a longer class or a different kind of practice, there are hundreds of other practices listed below this video, organized into different playlists for you to explore. All right, we'll be starting straight in Vajrasana. Sitting tall, sitting straight, greeting this practice with alertness, with an open heart. The eyes closed. Folding the palms together in front of the chest. Inhale. And now it's releasing. The chin lifting. The eyes opening. And coming to Yoga Mudrasana. So widening our knees apart just a little bit so that the thighs will receive the rib cage, and we're using the thighs as a kind of ladder to try to move the ribs further and further up towards the knees, which is increasing the length of the abdominal cavity, giving our organs more space. Notice that the fingers are really spread as widely as possible, so the palms are spread, the arms are straight, and then lowering the head down. And then lifting the head and coming up onto the hands and knees, turning the toes under. Keep those knees bent though. Coming into our first Adho Mukha Svanasana. Now turn the hands so the index fingers are lined up with each other. This just opens the hands a little bit, broadens the shoulders a little bit. Push yourselves away from the hands and then lower the head down. Look at your legs. Lift the heels even higher. You can move the feet back a little bit, have a little extra distance between the hands and the feet, but the heels lifted so that the buttocks will lift higher. We really want to be able to stretch the lower third of the spine. When that's in place, be with the breath. Know when your inhale is, know when the exhale is, and on your next exhale, straighten the legs, lift the sit bones up higher. Bend the knees again. Inhale and exhale, straighten the legs, lift the buttocks even higher. One more time, bend the knees. Inhale and exhale, straighten the legs, lift the sit bones even higher. And 3, and 2, and 1. Good, looking up. Now turn the hands open so that the thumbs are parallel with each other, and this is really turning the shoulders open, the inner elbows facing forward, coming straight from our downward dogs into an upward dog. Ready with the exhale. Keep the toes turned under for these first upward dogs. Press the buttocks down. Back to downward dog. Inhale, exhale to upward dog, back to downward dog, inhale, and back to upward dog. Don't let the shoulders hunch up to the ears, press them down, lift the chest up, 2, and 1. Back to downward dog. Turn the hands back in so the index fingers are lining up with each other. Press the front thighs back, lift the buttocks up. And now coming forward to plank pose. You might need to move the feet a little bit back, engage your core, and from plank pose onto the forearms, still in plank, squeeze the inner knees tightly, and back up onto the hands, and onto the forearms again, and onto the hands again. We've got 2 more times, ready? Onto the forearms again, onto the hands again, last one, onto the forearms again, onto the hands again, back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. And now step the right leg forward to a nice wide lunge. Rocking forward and backwards, you're rolling through that back foot. And then you're bending the back knee to the ground and coming down onto those forearms, dropping the head down. And then lifting the head back up, and we are stepping back to plank pose. And forearm plank. And onto the hands again. And forearm plank. And onto the hands again. 2 more times. Forearm plank. And onto the hands again. And forearm plank. And onto the hands again. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. The index fingers aligned. Look at your feet. Lift the heels, lift the buttocks higher. And push the front thighs back. And now stepping the left leg forward. And rolling forward and backwards. Feel the back foot opening as you roll through it. And then rest the back knee on the ground. And come onto the forearms. Exhale, surrendering. And coming back out, straight back to downward dog. So first check your hands, the index fingers lined up, and then stepping back, check your feet, lift your heels up, lift the sit bones higher to be sure that you're stretching the maximum amount of the spine possible, not just half of it, but the entire spine, the lower back included. Push yourself back away from the hands. And then come forward to plank. Tighten the abdominal muscles, the entire core strong. Now lift the right leg up slightly, let it hover. And then draw the knee in, the belly button to the lower back, and back out. And again, in, and back out. In, and back out. And back to plank. And changing sides. Lift the left leg up. Draw the knee in, curl the abdominal area. And exhale the leg back out. And back in. And back out. Last one. Back in. And back out. Foot to the ground. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Look at your feet, re-lift the heels, re-lift the buttocks, lower the head down, and push the front thighs back. And now inhale, looking up, bend your knees. We're going to jump forward and sit on the mat and lie straight back down. The hands holding the side of the mat, straighten the legs to the sky. Bend the knees, push the legs diagonally away. Keep the lower back pressing to the mat. Bend the knees, push the legs to 30. Lower back pressing to the mat. Bend the knees and diagonally away to 60 degrees. Bend the knees and up to 90. Keep the legs straight, lower the legs to 60. Widen the legs apart and side scissors. Keep the lower back connected, the legs spun. That's it. Few more side scissors, 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Feet together, back up to 90. Press the lower back down, pull the toes back, firm the legs, we're almost there. Lower the right leg, let the heel hover above the ground. And now verticalize scissors. Slowly is best. Keep the lower back pressing down. That's it. Firming those muscles, firing them up. And 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Bring the leg back up to 90. Keep the hands where they are and roll the legs over. See if your feet can touch the floor. Straighten those legs and then back out and 60. And then back in and back out to 60. Don't let the knees bend. And again, ready? And the legs to 60. We've got 3 more. Each time try to bring the legs over the head more, the feet to the floor more. And back out to 60, lower back to the mat. 2 more. And 1 more. And now bending the knees, interlock the fingers, and just relax the lower back, relax the abdomen, breathe. And then rolling up. Coming onto the hands and knees. Cross the left knee behind the right. Widen the feet apart. Come and sit between those feet and move the feet away from the outside edges of your thighs as much as possible. And then come forward and let's release any build-up of tension in the lower back. Lengthen the breath, deepen the breath. Right, back up. Rocking up into the hands and knees, uncross. And now change the cross of the legs. The right knee behind the left. Widen the feet apart. And exhaling forward, Yoga Mudrasana, Gomukhasana 3. This is an excellent sciatica releaser, lower back releaser. And then back up and rocking back up, uncrossing and coming to take a seat on the mat. A few little forward bends, left leg extended and right knee bent, the heel close to the groin. With your right hand, reach forward and see if you can reach the outside edge of that left foot. Pull and turn and twist first to the left. Twisting and turning. And then facing the foot and the left hand holding the inner edge and pulling yourselves forward. Janu Shirshasana. Then coming back up and changing sides, right leg extended and the left leg bent in, the heel close to the groin, and now reach with your left hand to the outside edge of that right foot, turning and twisting. And now the right hand holding the inside edge of that foot and pulling ourselves forward. And coming back out. Left leg extended and right knee bent, this time with the foot facing forward. Arms on the inside, reaching for that left foot. Pulling ourselves forward. Marichasana. And then if possible, wrap the right arm around the front of the shin and the left arm around behind, joining hands. And exhale, the chin towards the knee. And then coming back up. Changing sides, you can see how forward bends down the mind inwards, helping us to be quiet and calm. So arms inside and reaching for the foot. Lengthen the breath, deepen the breath. And then if possible, the left arm in front of the shin and wrapping around. And the right arm back. See if you could join your hands and bring the chin towards the knee. And releasing, coming back out, and now both legs straight in front of you. Widen your buttocks apart so they're not amalgamated together. And reaching forward, try to reach the outside edges of your feet, the thumb between the big toe and the index toe. So the thumb is pushing forward and the fingers are pulling the outer edges of the feet back. Paschimottanasana, forward bend. Keep the legs firm. Keep wrapping the muscles around the leg bones. And then coming back up. And now, Baddha Konasana. So the knees open, the feet meeting. Press 2 fingers of each hand between the big toe and the index toe. And the elbows can press on the thighs, coming forward. Yoga Mudra Sambarakasa. And then coming back up, coming now to the front of the mat and folding the right leg into Virasana. The important thing is to pull the calf back and out. You want the back of the knee to have space. If you don't give space to the back of the knee, over time you can end up hurting that knee. You never want to do that, right? And now we are seeing if we can lie back. If you can get to the elbows, fantastic. You should be feeling a lovely stretch here, which is releasing all the tension of the front thigh. And if you're able to lie down all the way, go ahead. Do that. Make sure to keep moving your buttocks towards the front of the mat, so you're not arching in the lower back. This will make the front of the thigh feel more, but it's also safer and better for the body. Then stretch the arms up across the thumbs and stretch those arms back. Reconnect with your breath, even and smooth, deep breath cycles. Good, and if you're lying down, bring the arms back up. We're making our way out, onto the hands, coming out and stretching that front foot, stretching the toes, putting some pressure into it to really get the stretch, to get the release, and then extending. And yes, we're changing sides, so left leg into Virasana, making sure to clear the space of the back of the calf, so that the back of the knee always has that spaciousness. And then seeing, can we come to the elbows? Can we come even further? Remembering to consistently move the hips towards the front of the mat, which, yes, creates more pressure, more sensation in the front thigh, which may not feel good, but is better for the body. And then the arms up, cross the thumbs. Stretch those arms back with a maximum opening. And step into that deep, smooth, rhythmic breath that helps us to endure the discomfort with a sense of detachment. And then the arms lifting back up onto our elbows, onto our hands. Remember not to hurry out. We want to stretch the front of the foot, stretch the metatarsals. So press into that. And then extend, bend and extend a few times just to integrate the knee openings. And then release, lying down on the mat. Almost done. All right, then the right leg. Lift yourselves up, hold the foot. Bring the head back to the mat and find your breath. Inhale. Exhale, extend. And then bend the knee again a little bit. Inhale. Exhale, extend to your maximum. One last time, bend the knee a little bit. Inhale. Exhale, extend. And then lift your heads up to the knee. That's right, 3 and 2 and 1. Beautiful. And coming back down. Last time, last side. Left leg, holding the foot. Connect with your breath. Inhale. And exhale, extend. And bend a little bit. Inhale. Exhale, extend. Last time, bend a little bit, inhale, exhale, extend, lift the head up to the knee, and 3, and 2, and 1, and releasing, and bending the knee down, and release. Now extend your legs and widen them apart so they're the width of the mat. In fact, look up and make sure that the feet, the heels go a little bit further than the mat, and then do the same with the arms. So you're making a star shape. Now I want you to stretch your left leg and your right arm. Stretching the left leg and the right arm, the left leg and the right arm. Stretching them apart. And then release. And now stretch the right leg and the left arm, right leg and the left arm, stretching them apart. And release. And now stretch both legs, both arms, star shape. That's it, stretch, 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 stretch. And release. And now bring the feet in, the legs in a little bit closer, but make sure the legs are rolling open. And then extend the arms diagonally up to the side, not touching the body, but not high up like this. Really a diagonal. Roll those shoulders back. Make sure your buttocks are moving towards your heels so that as much as possible your lower back is resting on the mat. And we're just going to close the eyes, having a light little shavasana, so that all of the energy that's been moved around can settle. Now just before we open our eyes, let's extend our energy out in all directions. So extend your energy out 10 meters past your feet and beyond. And then the sides of the body extending 10 meters out on each side, to the left, to the right. And then from the top of the body, 10 meters above. And then from the underneath of the body, 10 meters below the ground. And then from the top of the body, the the abdomen, the front thighs, that top, the face, 10 meters up to the sky. So we're radiating in all directions. And then gently rolling over onto the right hand side of our bodies. Your eyes can open. Pushing ourselves back up and take a final seat. Palms together. And sending our love out to the universe. Loka Samastaha Sukhinho Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And releasing, the eyes opening. And welcome back. Our practice is complete. Hope you feel fantastic, strong, ready for the day, ready for the week, and keep coming back to the mat. Take care. Namaskar. See you soon.